Coming up on 5 Minute News. Trump deploys militarized federal forces across the US. Virus slams Bolivia as hospitals become full. And first active leak of seabed methane found in Antarctica. It's Thursday, July 23. I'm Anthony Davis. Donald Trump announced on Wednesday that he will send federal agents into Chicago, Albuquerque, and New Mexico to help combat rising crime, expanding the administration's intervention in local enforcement as he runs for re-election under a law and order mantle. Using the same alarmist language he has employed to describe illegal immigration, Trump falsely painted Democratic-led cities as out of control and lashed out at the radical left, even though criminal justice experts say a spike in violence in some cities defies easy explanation. The decision to dispatch federal agents to American cities is playing out at a hyper-politicized moment when Trump is grasping for a re-election strategy now that the coronavirus has upended the economy and immigration is largely at a standstill. Crime has surged in some cities like Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia before any major policing overhauls could be made. In trying to explain violence in some cities, experts point to the unprecedented moment in the country, a pandemic that has killed more than 140,000 Americans, historic unemployment, stay-at-home orders, a mass reckoning over race and police brutality, intense stress, and even the weather. And despite this, compared with other years, crime in 2020 is down overall. Local authorities have complained that deploying federal agents to their cities has exacerbated tensions on the streets, while residents have accused the government of violating their constitutional rights. Civil unrest in Portland, Oregon, only escalated after Trump's secret police were accused of whisking people away in unmarked cars without probable cause. But local leaders, including Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, initially rejected the move to send in federal forces. "I've been very clear that we welcome actual partnership," the Democratic mayor said on Tuesday after speaking with federal officials, "but we do not welcome dictatorship. We do not welcome authoritarianism, and we do not welcome unconstitutional arrest and detainment of our residents. That is something I will not tolerate," she said. Police in Bolivia's major cities have recovered the bodies of hundreds of suspected victims of the coronavirus from homes, vehicles, and in some instances, the streets. Hospitals are full of COVID-19 patients and short of staff, keeping their gates closed and hanging out signs that say, "There is no space." And the Bolivian government says the peak of the outbreak is not expected until August. Desperation is growing in one of Latin America's poorest countries, which seems overwhelmed by the virus even as it endures political turmoil stemming from a flawed election and the ousting of President Evo Morales last year. A plan to hold elections in September, seen as key to stabilizing its democracy, is increasingly in doubt as the pandemic worsens. Some funeral homes have hired more staff to cope with the influx of the dead, and hearses at the main cemetery in the capital of La Paz line up daily to deliver bodies. With little space available, the mayor's office only allows burials for people from the municipality and charges more than $100 for cremation, a huge sum for most Bolivians. More shocking news came this week when police said they recovered 420 bodies from various locations in La Paz and in Bolivia's biggest city, Santa Cruz, in the span of 5 days. 80 to 90% of the bodies are believed to have had coronavirus. The first active leak of methane from the sea floor in Antarctica has been revealed by scientists. The researchers also found microbes that normally consume the potent greenhouse gas before it reaches the atmosphere had only arrived in small numbers after 5 years, allowing the gas to escape. Vast quantities of methane are thought to be stored under the seafloor around Antarctica. The gas could start to leak as the climate crisis warms the oceans, a prospect the researchers said was incredibly concerning. The reason for the emergence of the new seep remains a mystery, but it's probably not global heating, as the Ross Sea, where it was found, has yet to warm significantly. The research also has significance for climate models, which currently do not account for a delay in the microbial consumption of escaping methane. The active seep was first spotted by chance by divers in 2011, but it took scientists until 2016 to return to the site and study it in detail. The release of methane from frozen underwater stores or permafrost regions is one of the key tipping points that scientists are concerned about, which occur when a particular impact of global heating becomes unstoppable. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Visit us online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an independent production covering politics, inequality, health, and climate, delivering unbiased, verified, and truthful world news daily.